Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer, and tonight I'm gonna play Mage Knight by WizKids. I already did a playthrough of this game, and I focused on the Lost Legion expansion there, and now we're gonna take a closer look at the Krang character expansion, which came out, I don't know, I think about 2 months ago or something like that. If you don't know the rules, I strongly recommend to watch my other video series, because here I'm not gonna explain the rules again. You can also check out the great introduction, the great playthrough of Ricky Royale. He gives a great introduction into the rules of this fantastic game, but also a little complicated game. Okay, so what you get with this Mage Knight Krang character expansion is basically this one here. You get a miniature of Krang, tokens, and the usual cards that each character comes with. And there are 2 special cards for Krang, the same as each character has its own 2 special cards. Okay, so let's set up the game now. Okay, so we're finally done with the setup. Again, it's a lot of shuffling, a lot of work here. And, well, here we go. This is Krang. And you can see him here. It is this guy. A little bit weird looking, but okay. Maybe I can give you some background information here. Krang remembers little about the time before the breaking. Only flashes of memories, images, words here and there, and feelings of confusion and pain. There was the time he was a chaos shaman. The memory of the Mage Stone dust entering his lungs still lingered. There were the words of the Council of the Void imploring him to give up those ways. Individually, the words were forgotten, but collectively, the argument was convincing, wasn't it? The painful memories of his purging certainly remain. He was fortunate, however, as otherwise the breaking would have destroyed him. Very fortunate. In the years that followed, he was taught other magics by the best the Council had to offer. The most was made of his powerful orcish frame, and his blunt but effective martial skills were perfected. Now he has been sent forth to bring order to the lands of the Atlantean Empire. He has turned his back on his orcish brethren. His true nature has been disguised from locals with help of the Council, masters of deceit and trickery. For the first time in years, he has a certainty within him. This he is sure about. This he can do. Okay, well, here we go. And well, I've chosen Great Start, and actually we're going to play against a dummy player this time. In my other video series I played against Volker. Now it's the dummy player, and I gotta explain how this works. It will be Aretha, and as you can see here, these dots, these are the crystals you have to place in this area, and I'm gonna explain later exactly how this works then. And I could choose first what tactics card I want to take, and I've chosen Great Start. When you take this tactic, immediately draw 2 cards. And then I randomly determined the tactic of Aretha, and this is number 6. So I'm the first one, and I'm allowed to draw 2 additional cards. Here we go. And these are our tokens here, so this is mine, and I go first and she's second. Okay, fine, these are the tiles, command tokens. These are my skill tokens here. I'll place them here. Yeah, the bank. These are the artifacts, units. This is the enemy deck, or the dummy deck. Wounds, some more tactics cards. Player aids down here. This is here the advanced action offer. This is the deck. This is the unit offer here. And this is the spell offer and the deck, and up here we have all the monster tokens. Okay. And these are the first 2 tiles of the map, or the first 3 tiles, including the starting tile. And I've chosen the optional rule, which says that you are allowed to randomize how to... where is it? How to place the tiles. Yeah, it's this one here. Random tile orientation. Exactly. So that means that it's not necessarily that the circles are combined with the circles, but now you can also combine circles with stars, and you simply, you can turn the tile randomly before you place it. So this is what I ended up with. And this is actually not so bad. We got 2 orcs, pretty close. So, and we found a monastery here. So I placed a advanced tactics card here in the unit offer for the monastery, the Frost Bridge. Okay, yeah, and this is here the mana source, and that was not so great because we already rolled 1 black mana that we cannot use during the day. So we can only use a red and a green mana here from the source. We're gonna play the standard solitaire scenario from the base game. It's called Solo Conquest. And as I said, it uses a dummy player basically as a timer. And our goal is to discover 2 cities. They are somewhere here in the last 4 tiles. These are the core tiles basically. And we have to conquer both cities, and the time limit are 3 days and nights. Yeah, so this is it. Let's start the game. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna move here into this grassland. I'm gonna use the stamina card. Movement 2. That's enough, as you can see here. So I can move in here. And then I can play Tranquility, which simply allows me to draw a card. I think I will do that. Okay, that's fine, basically. Good. And now I think I'm going to challenge this guy here. And so this is what kind of guy is that? Let's see. This is damn ironclad. Okay. So he is brutal. So if we cannot block the attack, it will do twice the damage, and he is physical resistant. So if we don't come up with a fire or ice attack, we have to do double the damage. So that means 6. That's not so easy for the beginning. Let's see what we can do about that. Okay, I guess I managed to do this. It wasn't easy. It took me a lot of cards, actually all my hand. But I was successful. So, yeah, as I said, first I moved there, then I've drawn these cards. And then I played improvisation to block this attack. And I had to block an attack of 4. So I discarded a card, was that one here. Discard another card from your hand to get move 3, influence 3, attack 3 or block 3. So I had a block 3 then. Then I played this card sideways to give me a block 4 altogether. So now the attack was blocked. And then I had to make an attack of 6 altogether. So I actually used this card here, Rage. And I used a red mana die, and then I simply placed these 2 cards on the side, so I got an attack 4, 5, and 6. And that was then enough to kill this guy. Okay, so that's it, and then we'll roll this mana die again. This time it's a blue one. We got to discard all of our cards, which was a little painful, but okay. And then we can remove this guy, and he gives us 1 reputation because it was a rampaging enemy, and 4 new 1, 2, 3, 4. So we gain 4. For experience points. Okay. And then we're going to do the turn of this guy here. And now this is the dummy player. And what you do is you draw 3 cards from the top of his play decks. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then you take a look at the 3rd card that you've drawn. In this case it's a white card. And this guy has 1 single white crystal. So what you do is, if the dummy player has a crystal the same color as the card you've drawn as the 3rd card, then you have to draw additional cards the same number as the dummy player has crystals of that color. So in this case it would be 1 additional card. If this would have been a red card, for example, we had to draw 2 additional cards. So we draw 1 additional card, and just in case this would have been now again a red or white card, we would not draw a second time. So you just draw once the additional cards, and then the dummies player turn is over. And you do this to have a timer, because if the dummy player comes through the deck, then he would announce the end of the round. Okay. And now we can actually level up. And as you can see here, we gain a skill token and an advanced action card. So first we're allowed to draw 2 skill tokens here. We can choose one. And in addition, we're going to draw the top skill token from the dummy player. And we're going to place that, well, I don't know, let's place it here. So that is now the common skill offer. And in the next turn, in the next time we advance, or we level up and we are allowed to draw skill tokens, we can now also choose the skill token from the dummy player. Okay, so let's see, but for now we can only choose between these two. Let's see what we got here. So that is that's the Puppet Master. Once a turn, either keep one enemy token you defeated this turn, or discard one previously kept enemy token. If you discard one, then either get attacks at half the strength of its attack values, or block at half its armor value, all rounded up. If a token attack is cold or fire, then so is the attack you get. If the token has cold or fire resistance, then the block you get is of the opposite elemental types. Okay, so this is not so easy, but it's a little complicated, but it's an interesting option. We might do that. The other one is actually Curse. Once a turn, either reduce one attack of an enemy by 1, or reduce armor of one enemy by 1 to a minimum of 1. You cannot use this skill on a fortified enemy in the ranged and siege attack phase. So that might be an interesting skill for now, actually, because, I mean, it's not that powerful, but especially at the beginning, it might be a good idea to do this. So I guess I'm going to take that one, the Curse. And I mean, this is a good skill that can be pretty strong, especially later on when you are fighting the strong enemies. But for now, maybe this one is better. Okay, because we're only allowed tokens from other players from the common skills area, we can't simply remove our token from the game or place it somewhere else and just leave the dummies token in the combat skills area, in the common skills area. Okay, and well, finally we are allowed to take a advanced action card, and I'm thinking about training. It might be pretty helpful now. Throw away an action card from your hand, then take a card of the same color from the advanced actions offer and put it into your discard pile. Throw away an action card from your hand, then take a card of the same color from the advanced action offer and put it into your hand. So I think that's pretty cool, especially at the beginning of the game. I think this is a card which allows you to gain more action cards during the game. So I guess that's definitely pretty cool. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to add a new card, Force of Nature. That's nice. Not bad. I'm going to place that here. Okay. So that was basically now the end of the first turn. we're going to draw 5 new cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here we go, and well, then I'm going to try to get, well, maybe here onto this mine during the next turn. That crystal mine. If you end your turn on a mine, gain 1 mana crystal of the color that the mine produces to your inventory. That might be a good idea. So I could move here, and then I can maybe challenge this guy in the turn after. Let's see. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this training card now. And throw away an action card from your hand, then take a card of the same color from the advanced actions offer and put it into your discard pile. So I'm going to throw away this one, Promise, and then I'm going to take the Mana Storm. And this card says, choose a mana die in the source that is showing a basic color. Gain a crystal of that color to your inventory, then immediately re-roll that die and return it to the source. Well, that's nice, but what is even much better is re-roll all dice in the source. You can use 3 extra dice from the source, and you can use dice showing black or gold as mana of any basic color regardless of the round. So this is a pretty cool card, I think. And I'm going to put that in my discard pile so I can use that during later turns. Oh, and this one is discarded also, by the way. Okay. So then I'm going to use this movement card here. I'm going to use this yeah, I think so. Movement 4. Yeah, I'm just wondering actually. Well, okay, overall I could either move like this, 2, 4, and 7. Yeah. Or I could move like this, 3, 6. So this is a little more effective. I'm not sure if it's enough. Well, I could use that one then. Okay, fine. So I'm going to move like that. 6, and I end here. Fine. Okay, so I keep this card here. And then I'm going to refill this. Okay, this is learning. Okay, and now we've ended our turn on this mine, so I gain 1 mana crystal of the color that the mine produces. And I can roll the die here. So that is a red mana die, and I gain I think it's a blue crystal, yeah. I'll gain a blue crystal to my inventory. And then we're going to draw for the dummy. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's the 3rd card. And he doesn't have any crystal of that, any green crystal. So we don't draw any more cards here. Okay, and now during the last turn I can draw my last 4 cards from my draw pile. So I got now 5 cards in my hand, which is my hand limit. And well, hope I can now attack this guy here. Let's see what cards I have. Okay, so that should actually be fine. I'm going to challenge this guy. So first I'm going to block that attack 3, It's a poisonous attack, so we better block it. And I'm going to use the block 2 here from the determination, and then I play this card sideways. And so that's block 3 then. And then we're going to attack, and we need to generate an attack of 5. So I'm going to play the Rage, and I'm going to use the red mana die here. So that's an attack of 4, and then we do this mana draw. So, and play that sideways. So that's an attack of 5, and that was enough to kill this guy. So that gives us now an additional reputation. We are here at +1, which is nice. And it gives us 3 additional experience points, which is not so awesome. It doesn't allow us to level up yet, but at least it's a start. It wasn't that bad. Okay. We still have a card left here, the Savage Harvesting, which is an amazingly strong card. You will see that in the next turn, I guess. Okay, and so, and actually, because, well, I end my turn on a mine, so I guess that simply means that I can take now another one of these crystals. I don't see a reason why not. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then, well, we can do this here, although I'm not sure if it makes any sense at all. And we can roll here. So that's a blue mana token here. So that was 1, 2, 3. And because it's a green card, we're not allowed to draw more cards here. So that's basically it. I mean, I can now announce the end of the day, the end of the round, because there are no more cards in the draw pile. So this is it. This was the first day. And, well, I think I can be quite happy until now. Wasn't too bad. Got a few experience points, and yeah, it's all fine. So I hope to see you then in the first night. Until then, bye.